Samuel Honzek. Not only is he swiftly becoming a fan favorite in the Sea of Red, he has officially burst onto the scene league-wide. It seems like a no-brainer for him to crack the opening night roster, right? Well, after last night's performance, nothing's set in stone, but it has put major pressure on Calgary Flames head coach Ryan Huska and company to make the significant decision of whether to start him in the NHL or the AHL. We're going to dive into the latest scoop, but first I want to welcome you to Flames Digest. I am Mark Griffith. If you're new around here and you love the Flames, make sure you subscribe so you can stay up to date on all the latest news, updates, reports, and rumors revolving around your Calgary Flames. We would love to welcome you to the Flames Digest family, and let's talk about this big decision on Honzek. He is, in my opinion, almost making it easier on Flames head coach Ryan Huska to put him in the squad, get him on that opening night roster. You know, he's done essentially everything he can do. Now, if we get into this article here, it comes from Eric Francis of Sportsnet. He writes, Honzek's stellar preseason putting pressure on Flames. He's going to make it hard on us. So here we go. As if being the talk of Flames camp isn't enough for Sam Honzek, he now has a growing legion of people talking about him around the league. And why do we say this? Well, he was already among the league leaders in points in the preseason, and last night the Flames played an exceptional game against the Seattle Kraken. Preseason game, of course, once again. The Flames did end up winning 4-3 in overtime. Was a pretty good squad that the Flames iced. We saw Nazem Kadri get the OT winner after a wonderful play by Andrei Kuzmenko. You know, Dan Vladar stood tall in net and played very well as well. But again, the name that comes out of it on top above the rest is Sammy Honzo. He is sensational, and he had an amazing goal, short-handed once again. Seems like this guy is the special teams beast because he's been phenomenal on the PK so far in the preseason. But let's let the article do a bit more talking here. Not just because he leads the NHL in preseason scoring, he does now, but because his short-handed goal Monday night went viral as one of the best this fall. And obviously for copyright reasons, I can't play it in this video, but please, I implore you to go watch the highlights from last night's game, especially if you want to get pumped up about Samuel Honzek. Skating over Seattle's blue line on his off wing, the 19-year-old lefty used his big frame to protect the puck as he drove wide around veteran Vince Dunn on his backhand with the sort of attempt wily veterans generally avoid. And the big thing I want to take out of that paragraph, or stanza some would call it, is that this is Vince Dunn he went around. It's not, you know, some plug who's probably not going to make it to the league. This is Vince Dunn, a very good NHL defenseman. Albeit more of an offensive guy than defensive, he's still obviously an NHL caliber defenseman. And Sammy Honzek went around him like it was nothing. As he cut towards the net, the rookie deftly moved the puck to his forehand just in time to avoid a poke check by Joey Daccord, then wove around the sprawling netminder and deposited the puck into the open net as he was dragged to the ice. One of those beauty kind of like backhand, forehand scoops around the goalie. It was just sensational. I told him it was sick and that maybe he's too young to be doing that, said Flames goalie Dan Vladar, one of several teammates who approached him with wide eyes afterward. A lot of people were impressed, including the Flames netminder. I'm super happy for him, said Vladar. I'm soupy, that's definitely not what he said. Bouncing back from an underwhelming camp debut last season that was followed by an injury-plagued season with the Vancouver Giants of the WHL, the Flames' first-round pick in 2023 has 7 points so far this spring, and it doesn't look like he's slowing down at all. Sure, the game before this, he didn't register a point, but still played well and turned some heads. So again, so great to see him doing so well. No one saw this coming, and let's be real about it because we didn't. There's certain people in the Flames media and around the Flames organization that were not believers in Honzek, and they kind of had reason to feel that way because he kind of stunk it up last training camp, has been so injured, but boom, he's back and better than ever, and no one really saw it coming, but we're accepting it fully now that it's here. Yet here he is, at the top of the list of potential breakthroughs, sparking debate over whether he can finish the job. That's what we always do. We got to look into the future here. You know the cuts are happening, and I'm between the last guys to be cited, said Honzek. It's getting harder, and the pressure is coming up now because there are 2 preseason games left. I'm just trying to put everything I have in it, and even if I make the team or if I don't, I leave everything here. Great mindset to have. Obviously, he's going to say, you know, the right things, but he's really putting the pressure on to take him. You know, we've talked about Adam Klapka coming up and potentially playing on that fourth line. But now, you know, Honzek could be that guy too. I think most Flames fans would rather see him higher than the top line, at least in the top nine. Than the fourth line in the top nine. But either way, very, very interesting here. With Jonathan Huberdeau, Pospisil, and Mantha on the first line, boom, that one's kind of set in stone. Kadri, Kuzmenko, and Sharangovich on the second unit, apparently, and Backlund, Coleman, and Zary on the third, it would appear the battle left would be if anyone can knock Adam Klapka or Dryden Hunt. Funny that we no longer have, you know, a Walker Dewar or Jacob Pelche in there, or even Matt Coronado in this case, off a fourth line with Kevin Rooney and Ryan Lomberg. So it really seems like there's only one spot left. Do you give it to Klapka? Do you give it to Hunt? Do you give it to Coronado? Or do you give it to Honzek at this point? It's a significant decision that needs to be made. And sure, things can go crazy in the middle of the season. People go down with injuries. People go down because they aren't all that good at hockey. And other people come up and the lines get shifted. But as of right now, I think it would be really big if the Flames did bring up Honzek at the beginning of the year. He certainly seemed as though he has earned it. Huska said he'd consider starting a lad like Coronado or Honzek on the fourth line, with an eye on giving them power play time or replacing a top liner having an off night. There you go. That's perfect. Huska, please do it. I'm just trying to stay humble every day, work hard, and it doesn't matter how many points or how I play. Just play the right way and don't cheat, Honzek said, and do what I'm best at. And that clearly is playing hockey. He seems to be good at everything. Get him on the PK, get him on the power play, get him 5-on-5, 4-on-4. I don't care. Put him on the 5-on-3, both ways. Put him in net. We want to see him in a Flames uniform this season as much as possible at this point. Please, Craig. Well, please, Ryan more than Craig, but I guess both of them might be talking to each other. Anyway, let's go into the next chapter, which is miscellaneous. Just, you know, a couple housekeeping items to speak about here. So the first one comes from that same article, so just some notes here. Tyson Barrie continues to impress on his PTO, racking up 2 assists Monday, while showing versatility by playing in his offside alongside right-handed goal scorer Braden Pahal. So very interesting. Barrie has played really well. Looks like he will get that contract at this point. Vladar made his third start, stopping 30 of 33 shots, including a stunning blocker stop to rob Shane Wright in a 4-3 overtime win. What a save that was, and a pretty good game from Vladar overall. The winning goal came off a brilliant pass by Kuzmenko for Kadri to tap into an empty net. The Flames are 5-0-1 in exhibition play. The best team in preseason history. I just love preseason Flames more than anything else. But the main thing to take from here is Vladar making his case once again for, you know, a role with the Flames to start the season, whether it's backup or starter. And then, of course, Tyson Barrie playing really, really well here. Interesting to see where that will go. The other thing is that the Calgary Flames have signed Andrew Basha to a 3-year entry-level contract. If you read the caption there, I know it's small, but it says, "It's pen to paper for the Calgary Kid. We have signed Andrew Basha to a 3-year entry-level contract with an AAV of $897,500. Wow, that's a lot of money for such a young kid, but congratulations to him getting that first pro contract. So glad he signed his ELC, and very, very excited to see what he can do in the future. He had an excellent Young Stars Classic, an excellent training camp and preseason while he was still up, and it's so, so exciting to see where he will go in his young career, and hopefully he'll be a Flame for a long time. We'll just have to wait and see. Now let's wrap up this video with the comment of the day, as we love to do, and it comes from the previous video that kind of centered around Adam Klapka. You know, maybe he should have a chance kind of thing, but I like this comment here from Taryn Boot. He said, "No matter what the roster is going into the season, we should have Mantha and Kuzi out by the deadline, giving room for who rips it up on the Wranglers." So this is, you know, kind of keeping that Conroy's plan mindset of get rid of the UFAs, make room for the younger guys kind of thing. And at this point, we'd love to see guys like Honzek, Coronado, Klapka all play. And a way to do that is to make more room for them and get assets back for Kuzmenko and Mantha. It'll be interesting to see how well they do end up playing this season. Kuzmenko looks amazing so far in the preseason. And Mantha, of course, seems to be clicking with Huberdeau as well. So we'll just have to wait and see. Some people want to keep him. Some people want to get rid of him. Some people want the vets. Some people want the youngins. We'll just have to wait and see what Conroy decides. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe like what you saw here today and have a wonderful rest of your day.